All right, I'm hoping we're running now. Let's see what we got. All right, beautiful. I think we're up and running now, guys. Sorry about the delay. Be trying to get a lot more of these out here going shortly forward here. Hope everybody's being at home and safe. Got a lot of good things still. Got to thank Richard King. He's getting this all set up. You know how much of a perfectionist he is when it comes to these videos and things, so he's been working his ass off on my stuff. And I do appreciate him here. Otherwise, going to go through Castleshire first since it's brand new. I'm going to have some chats up. If you guys want to ask some questions, we'll see what we got going. Looks like I got all the chats working here too. Sorry, a little newer to everything that Richard's making me do here, but I think it'll be good for everybody. Also, we also got Paul Dennis on the side here too. Any of you guys home edition owners, reach out to him on Facebook, and we will be able to. He's been running some handicap tournaments for all of us. Been a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of these great dudes, and you guys will have a blast. Play some team. So first we're going to start. I got some Castleshire invites from a couple people here. We'll go through it there. I want to go through an issue that most I've seen posted a lot of times in the groups. So if you look right now, events mode's blacked out. I just rebooted my machine. It happens in the bars too. So all you do is, now obviously most of your bar you can't get into the menu, but in your operator menu, you just hop in here. We're going to agree. We go to IT net settings. We're going to go to connection tests, force call to ITnet. And while it's going through this, it's just going to reconnect and you'll be connected to that server. All right. Let's see here, once ad was checked. Sometimes that can take a very long time depending on your latency of what you're at. Perfect. Now if we go back and we're going to look, we'll see events mode will be there again. Bam. But we're going to start with invites. Now most of these I'm going to do, guys, it's not just some big booze fest. It's just going to be me playing some tea, answering questions as this goes along. And going from there. Castleshire is a new one. We did it on the events mode last week. All right, I got 3 of them. Thanks, Sean Tickner. Thanks, Paul. We got a few of them. I'll start with Tickner's here. Now, with Castleshire, I'm a Titans guy on most courses. If we don't have distance concerns, I'll drop down to Stouts. Because once we play with Stouts, you'll realize having half the wind, it's pretty nice as long as it doesn't cost you any holes with the lack of distance. This course here, even Titans will cost you holes from now on. So I went to streaks for this. Andy Haas, I'm sure, is going to approve, but I normally say the difference isn't that big of a deal, but it can leave you to be chipping or chushing rather than having an easy putt. So we're going with streaks. Streaks are here. If you look at they're full distance, less backspin. Curve is pretty similar between the Titans and the streaks. Bounce is about the same, and then actually I think it's identical bounces. Everything else is pretty similar too. So we're hopping in here. Hole 1's pretty good look here. We want to make sure, and guys, in the future when we get this, once King and I get this doing perfectly, I'm going to have a little telestrator, I think, so I'll be able to point this out quite a bit. We're looking to bounce the hills here, right? If you get it too far right, the hill will kick you right into the bunker. If you play it left enough, you sometimes don't catch a bounce off the second hill and it lands in the crevice and kind of rolls up so it doesn't get over. As long as it gets a bounce, though, it'll get over to the green. So we're going to want to aim quite a bit left here and hit a straight shot. See, it got the bounce. Now it's going to come down. It's going to be on the fringe. Normally it doesn't stick like that, but it's fine. All right, good. And I got, like I said, King's around here moderating too, so that's going to be, he's going to be a bit helpful here. I have not had to hit an A1 on that ever, LT. Not one time have I done that. On this hole, sometimes I'll hit an A1 that's not a spinny, But that's kind of eliminated with streaks. When I'm playing Titans on it, I'll have to every now and then. The key here is when you're hitting the high 8.5, if you hit the green on the fly with the high T, the streaks a lot of times will carry over, but there's a little upslope in front. As long as you hit there, it'll bounce up nice. Pretty simple hole here. It's a little more difficult with streaks. I've watered it long a couple times, or babying it too much. Be careful not to just hit it too hard and too deep. Perfect. All right, simple stuff so far. Yeah, I gotta say, you're gonna regret using stouts on this course in the long haul. There's probably it can be a four hole swing there. It's okay maybe to have a 1-hole swing on, let's say, I don't know, maybe Teton you lose 1 stroke sometimes. But on here, there can be definitely 4 holes that I'll get with streaks that you cannot get with stouts. This hole's bothering me a little bit because it's offset every single time. If we watch, it's a little bit offset. I don't know if it's intended, but I'm not quite sure. We're going to go here. If you notice my bag compared to a lot of other people's, I played 9-wood, 7-wood, and then 5-iron, right? With the streaks bag that I'm playing for Castleshire, I put the super spin irons in. Now, you'll see a lot of other people will go just 8-wood, 5 hybrid. I love the 9-wood. You'll hear me praise about that thing all of the time. And it's the most versatile club. I can do a lot of different distances with it. It can be a little bit frustrating if you've gotten used to the non-Build-A-Bag clubs because the 9-wood's a little bit different. But we cover the same gaps with the club selections that we're using, so it's not a big difference. Now, see, even I still mess up the distances with it, and I haven't played streaks a ton with it. So that one there, I should never have backed that up on the box, and I'll learn that as it goes along with these. Remember, don't play out this way on this hole, guys, to the left, because that's out of bounds. So just go fairway, line it up well, and try to hole out the next one. Now, see, I got the super spin ball, so these are going to snap back pretty much like normal Titans would for me. Without it, maybe a little bit harder than that. Yeah, they got a pretty decent snap to it. Now, you'll see my thumbs, I'm between 80 and 95 on my thumbs. If I need to dial it in for any more than that, you'll see me do a palm shot without a pullback, and then you'll see me do a palm shot with a pullback. All right, this one here, this is another reason why I might get this one here now with this, but I definitely wouldn't with any other balls. I might have gotten that there with Titans now after the second thought on it. But stouts, no way. You're not even getting close with that. Oh, Max. Cliff is, Jill's in bed. So, you know, Cliff, he's a mama's boy. We've actually decided to start calling him Joe Biden now because he started acting, he's real peppy a lot of the time, but then there's some days where it just doesn't look like he knows anything about where he is. That's not what your wife really said, Paul. Come on. Cliff would, I would, Max. I'd love to bring Cliff down. You haven't even heard of Lucy yet either. She's around too, but she'll make an appearance most likely. And you'll notice if you play the streaks a couple times, the backspin on downhill shots and outwinds, it can be unmanageable. But for the most part, every other one is fine. I mean, look at how easy this is now with streaks. Titans would be pretty good here. I think stouts would probably be pretty close too. I'm actually worried about going up a tier on this. I almost got the Ultra on that. That would have been a nice one. So far, we're getting probably the easiest look I've seen on this in a while. You got to be careful here, too, with your distances. And on a hole like this, I actually kind of like the streak's loss of distance. I mean, loss of spin. Because I can backspin this still and not worry about pulling up short. But I bit that one too because of the wind in my face. So far it looks like par is going to be 30 unless we have the back nine one there too. Now we were talking about this earlier today. A driver with roll catches a pretty good ramp here. Since you don't have as much spin with streak balls, since we don't have a very big spin amount with the streaks, they won't turbo this too far, but I've been liking it in the rough where it turbos too. Well, no turbo, it didn't ramp too bad, so we're good. Yeah, I'll get used to this spin a little bit. Uh-oh, so we got to do some changes, it sounds like Richard's saying. I'm not really paying attention too much to it. Oh, Paul, we love your wife. I still got to learn my distances with these. See, that went way farther. I could have hit a 6-wood at that. But eagles are eagles. They're good. Paul, this one was Tickner's invite. So, no, this was... I just went with the first one that was there. The super spin clubs are really helpful here. Not helpful enough. I didn't cut it enough. I would like to think you can putt this, but since I'm only 23 yards, I don't think this is going to come off the hill very well. If this was 25, I would putt this with no problem and play it like a left 8. Maybe even a left 7 because it's going to come off. We'll try to putt it here. I don't think it's going to get there. Right, we needed to get that to get the turbo distance a little bit there. Hey, Adam, thanks for stepping in, bud. All right, and then another easy one's here, too. Question is, do we high tee? It's going to be a high tee, and I don't want to hit a high tee on this. I think I could get it there without the high tee, but we'll just back it up on the box and high tee and then leave a longer putt. Maybe 10.5 there. We don't. Could have worked out. This is another hole, surprisingly, I like having the streaks on, too. I had a couple setups with stouts that I couldn't go straight at this, and I had to leave myself a bad cut shot coming in. Unless I'm missing something there, too. So far, we got nothing too crazy. I mean, this was pretty straightforward, Justin. Were there any holes in particular you were thinking about that were causing issues? Probably this one. Now, people were asking me, like, doesn't streaks make this really impossible? I think streaks make this hole actually easier because I don't have to hit a high tee if I don't want to. Like here, if I'm playing Titans, that's another 5 yards shorter than this. I'd have to high tee this to stick this. I'm actually thinking I can hit the 10.5 here with no tee. I'm probably going to be a little short because the 10.5 will clear the rock in front of me on pretty much most of it. Keep an eye on it, but you'll see where the gap is, maybe dead straight in front of me. Anything to the left of that should clear the rock. Maybe a little bit to the right we'll get over it with no tee, but otherwise we're cutting it close, but we're going to be fine. So I'm just going to cut the 10.5 and hit it as hard as I can. Yeah, this hole has been a miserable son of a bitch for most of us. But see, with streaks, I mean, you saw that. I barely cleared that, and that was, I mean, 3 feet over the edge and perfect. right, this hole's a bear too. I'm not a big fan, and with the streaks, I don't know my stuff perfect yet. But we're just gonna go low T 8-iron, and I'm gonna bite it. I don't like the way the bite reacts with super and streaks. I wish it was more. Oh, mother. Alright, I tried to one-click that button, I pulled it back too far. And you'll find that's a problem with streaks. Same thing here with 18. It's going to be a very similar shot to the one that we just played on 16. I feel like I need to get a little bit more on this because I don't think this will be good enough to win against Tick. But let's see. I didn't cut enough. That's trouble. Yep. If I would have cut that a little bit more, it would have killed some of the distance, and it would have been pretty good, actually, but I kind of murder-bonered it. Oh, that's... Yeah, I think Tickner's got this one. Yeah, I think he's got this one hard. You gotta notice that. I didn't pay attention and thought I was on rough, but that's deep rough, and distances were way off. Alright, so I killed that one pretty bad. We got another invite to start off here. We saw all the shots, but you're gonna see, I mean, they're gonna get tough in a lot of circumstances. I bet in match play, people, when they're going for something like that, it's gonna change up a bit, because in a one-stroke game, I would have laid up on that one. Hopefully I got my opponent going first otherwise. I don't know which competition you're talking about, Adam. But, here we go. Same thing here. This is going to be a simple shot with roll 2. Alright, going to hit there. It hit the upslope, so it'll kick on. Man, I never realized how easy putting is with streaks. They come off, you can play still straight shots on pretty much everything. And it does change a lot of things. Like, I'm finding myself thumbing a ton of shots that normally I would have pulled back and hit. Mainly to try and kill some of the distance that I'm getting. Uh-oh, wait, did Richard have to pause it? Okay. Well, my phone's not liking my fingerprint anymore. So, we're all bored. We got nothing to do with this coronavirus. Who's got some stuff going on that we can do? Who's got any ideas? We gotta come up with something to do. Now, we got a lot of these home editions out there. Hopefully you got somebody in your neighborhood. Everybody around me that plays Golden, he has a home edition too. So they don't need to come over. It's even better. We gotta keep everybody away. Okay. We're going to do something here in a minute to get one of the other streams going. I'm not sure. Richard's telling me, but we'll get it going. Again, look at how offset that is. Most of the time you can use a T to get it straightened out, but still, that's still offset a bit. In this case, it's actually kind of perfect. We're going to go back into the left, 8 winch, turn that about that much with the 9 wood, and I'll let it bite and run at this hole. I got to learn that. I got to learn the distances of that 9 wooden streaks, because if I let that thing go, that would have been perfect. Let's see if we get an easier setup for the last couple holes to shoot a good round. I feel weird. I gotta have the headphones in if I want to listen to music, and because of the music rules and all the good stuff with streaming. But don't worry, I'm still trying to pay attention to you guys, even if I start singing. Yeah, I mean, that hole's so much easier with streaks, guys. Not with my putting, though. Jesus. I'm all nervous for the rollovers after the one on 17. I've used streaks on a couple courses in the past. Titans are too damn good of a ball overall. It's a discussion that Haas and I've had quite a bit, and he seems to think that he and I both agree that he won't use a ball that will cost him a stroke ever. Now, on Teton, I don't think Titans cost you, but he's claiming to me that he can drive 2 on 99% of the setups. Of course, with Titans, there's a couple that I can't. I'll leave short chips, but I think having the spin the rest of the way, especially for 15, makes a huge difference. But like I said, I don't play these enough, so somebody that has played them a lot, have a good night, Adam. Somebody that plays streaks a lot is going to have an advantage on this course right away. Obviously, it's just going to take a number of games to get it going. Now, let's think here. I would not even be contemplating this with Titans, and I think I'm here with streaks. Let's see if I can get it up the tier. Nope. Oh, I got lucky, too. Why did it give me a putter on deep grass, though? All right, well, it didn't cost me. It was close to it, but that was awful close. I think I could have gotten that there with a little bit of love. Normally, I'd like to go at this coming from the right to the left, because then if I miss it, I'm going to miss it left. I generally won't miss it right, and then with that angle, the bounce isn't going to come back towards the water. It's going to come back left towards the dry part. Coming from this angle, if I cut it a little bit too much, I'm going to cut this straight into the water. Rodney, hey buddy, how you been? So we're going to go at this. We're going to try to play this straight to the left edge of the green, about pin high, and hopefully have it backspin up. Little bit firm. And another missed putt. I'm really dialing in. Let's see if we can get this one to ramp a little bit. All right, we got a backspin. I'm going to play a little cut. See if we can get it to snap enough. Almost. And the streaks with the supers I hadn't really used much before. I think the biggest time we used streaks were a lot of us. They weren't even available for the year's courses, but we all were going out to Matt Reeby, buddy. We were all going out to find, I believe it was a 2006 machine. It might have been a 2010 non-updated machine, so we could go and buy the streaks to play them on Tahiti. Because with no tees back then, streaks were huge. And you didn't really have too many spin concerns back then, but it gave you a few extra holes to be drivable. It was kind of crazy. Matt, going very well, buddy. It's a pleasure to see you again. 2008. So I think, yeah, we were going out to find a 2007 machine to go and buy the streaks. Like us Minnesota guys at the time we'd load up. We'd have there was a machine in Wisconsin, so we'd literally drive the hour and load up on them all over the place. I know it sounds kind of shitty, but it worked out. So Pat, I mean, the basic premise here is they come off hot, right? I'm gonna do a really good explanation on rollovers. And I wanna show you guys a little bit of something why we get rollovers a little bit more and make you understand it. So after this game, I think we're gonna restart the stream, because like Richard said, I'm not a premium streamer yet. So I've got to restart the stream to get some features added up. All right. I mean, this looks like I'm hitting the wrong shot, but this is absolutely correct with streaks. It was. You were right, John. I did. The hole in winds were still active on it, though, and I caught a couple during those tries. I'm just trying. I haven't hit a C3 there before, but that hole could drive me crazy here. I think I could have gone straight over it though without a problem there, but it was still going to be awful close. Just shots like that is why I love the 9-wood. You just float that bad boy right in there. What hole's got a really good long green for hole 1? What's a good one? The biggest one, what is that? What's the course? Hole 2, hole 1 and hole 2 both have really long greens. I want to show you guys a little something here that I've been working on to try to maybe make rollovers a little more tenable. Want to say Cypress Cove 1 and 2? No, it's got the pool hole on 18. Bonnymore. There we go. I see, and this one too. I don't think I'd be hitting a 4-wood with Street Chair. With Titans, I'd be hitting a 3-wood. I think this gets there no problem. And if I'm hitting a club down, if I'm hitting a 4-wood compared to the 3, the spin is basically even. Even with Streets compared to Titans. So let's see. Possibly even a 5-wood at that without a problem. So while you're thinking the less spin might be hurting you, it brings more clubs into it. I just see how, yeah, Pum 1 would be good too. That's not a bad idea. I'm not even going to play the round on it. All right, let's see if we can get an ace and kill Paul's chances here. I gave it 2 shots. Oh, it's spin. Granted, it's spin all day long. If you have a big, on shorter shots with a big outwind and a down green, you can really screw yourself if you don't have a super spin club. And it can be really hard to stick some greens here. Like, this is going to be really tough to put this close. Sticking it shouldn't be too bad of a problem, but I don't know how much I need to kill this one yet. I would think that it could probably be a 3-wood, but I'm just going to cut the 10.5 and try to stick the middle of the green. That's just, I hit a really good shot there, and look at how far away I am. It's with no spin, it's really tough. All right, I can hold on to that. Paul's probably not going to get me that one. All right, let me see if Richard needs to restart this real quick. I'm just checking in to see. All right, well, not a quick reply. Let's see what he's got. He's actually doing some video rendering too, so his machine's kind of dying out. So we're gonna go with another one here. I'm gonna take a quick breather on the Castle Shires. I'll play the last one that Paul sent here in a second. But let's just pull up an online game of golf. And I'll just throw a contest in here. Let's find a big green. What did you say, Pembroke? We'll find one. No. Falcon's fine too. Okay. You mean my player? You mean my Golden Tee Golfer avatar? You can? Okay, just I never even thought about that, and then have a longer one in. All right, let's do a little description on these rollovers and putting. And we'll make this a play with, I'm just going to put stock balls on now, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. All right, stock, good, return. So we're just going to get it up on the green. And what we're going to see here is that the putting is extremely dynamic, right? So I'm going to miss this. I'm going to put this a few feet away. Ah, God damn it. I put it off the green. All right, we'll just tap it on. Okay, we got a 78-foot putt, right? 78-foot putt, it's getting close to turbo distance, right? When we say turbo, it's because the dynamic putting kicks us into another putter that's a longer putter. Maybe it might be 100 foot, it might be 150 feet. I think it's 150, but there might be an extra one in there. So if I miss this putt, if it was a turbo putt, I could put it maybe to the edge of the green. But actually, I'm going to miss this putt, and I'm going to miss it by, it's not going to go more than 5 feet past the hole. Right? So we know my putter was probably a max of, what, 80 feet on that, and I hit it harder than the max of the putter. So from 78 feet, it gave me an 80-foot putter. Now watch this. If I miss this 5-foot putt, look at how far only it goes past the hole. It goes out to 17 feet. So that was a 20-foot putter that it gave me. I hit an extra 2 feet on top of it. So only 22 feet. Now, when we're taking an eye on this with rollovers, right? I'm 17 feet away, and it's going to give me a 20-foot putter max distance, right? So if this was a down 6 putt, I would think this one really doesn't have a chance of rollover. Bodies. BD, it's bodies, many bodies. But if I miss this putt, it's gonna go 22 feet because it's a flat green. But imagine if this was a down 6 green. I'm hitting a 20-foot putter, and it's teetering off because the speed is the max of it, right? But let's say I was 13 feet away, and it's still giving me the 20-foot putter. If that's a down 6 putt, it's now coming in awfully hot because it hadn't had a chance to slow down at all. And you're going to see these dynamic putter ranges. I think it feels like it's every 10 feet, but I think after like 40 feet, it might go up to 20 feet. So let's say you're at 5 feet, you get an under 5 feet, you get a 10-footer. Oh, sorry. No, Ken, you don't want to know what's behind the sheet. Nah, it's just some more couches and crap. And it's all the stuff from our wedding back there. It was driving me crazy when I saw it on the stream because I'm lazy and I don't clean. But so if you start thinking about the putts dynamically, I don't think that a putt from 17 feet away is going to be a likely rollover. But if it's that same exact putt from 12 feet away, it's going to roll over. And it's a matter of figuring out which ones you do or not. And I can kind of judge that to be true on a lot of these ones. If, let's say, I'm 50 feet away, I'm 17 at teeing, right? And I got a right 6 down 9, a right 6 down 8. I don't putt that putt. I just knock it straight in because depending on the distance. If it's 50 feet away, I'm getting a 50-foot putter, and it goes. It works pretty well that way, and it's kind of nice to see when you start figuring out these dynamic distances. You'll figure out which ones roll over. I'm not sure if you guys watched Clint and Andy Haas in the finals on Jamaica when we were in Wisconsin, but if you watched Andy, and this might not have been the finals, this might have been the first time they met up. He ended up dropping to the bottom tier on Jamaica 18. Clint stuck it. Clint was up by 2 or 3. Haas was up by 2 or 3 strokes. When he rolled down the hill, it didn't roll far enough away, so he had a 40-foot putt going up a slope with a 40-foot putter. He couldn't get it up the slope. It rolled back down. Then his next putt, he was 18 feet away with a 20-foot putter, and Stouts didn't get up the slope again, so he ended up costing himself and going into overtime and losing in sudden death on that, which basically got Clint the win for the whole tournament because it's really hard to hit one of those guys to get double dipped. While I think the tiered green on 18 is a problem, it's part of the problem is we're using Stouts which don't come off as hot as Titans or Streaks do. So it's just an interesting thing to look at there a little bit when you're trying to figure out when they're going to roll overs or not. But do know Streaks will roll over more than almost any other ball. I think Vanguards have a little bit more to it. I've never looked into them very much, though. All right, we're going to go one more Castleshire here. This is going to be Paul again, and let's hope I can do a little better. Sometimes it's a little hard to play these when you're talking and you're more worried about what's going on the screens next to me than what's going on in the game. But yeah, I think you guys get the point. Now, I'm not going to play stouts. That would be stupid. I mean, I'm not going to play stock. I don't think that the pullback, I don't think matters at all, right? I don't think the pullback matters at all on a putt. The only times I don't pull back is when I have long, straight putts, because it seems like when I slap at the ball, I'll hit those dead straight every time. But I do think the tiered greens need to get changed. And 18 of Tita and 18 of Jamaica was so much more fun during the events mode when it was easy greens, because that green was awesome. All right, once again, though, I mean, this setup's pretty much there with all of them. Maybe not stouts, but with Titans, you're probably having no problem getting this there. But I'm thinking I can get this to the hole and maybe get a lucky bounce and have a chance of making it. And I had the distance all day. Paul, if it's stock, I would just lay up. I'd lay up 3 times. All right, so this is another one. It's an outwind to 7. I don't want to high tee this. I don't like this look at all for Titan. I mean, for streaks at all. Hi, Brendan. So you can play that hill a lot. You don't need to high tee it most of the time, and you saw that. I babied that, didn't throw it on all the way. I was still worried about it not kicking right enough and ended up in the bunker. I probably could have played a straight shot at that, but I think that with a straight shot with no tee on it. But I'm playing Paul Dennis. I want to make sure I win. I got to pay for this stuff. See, I'm going to blow it right here. I'll blow this a few times for him. I have been having a little bit of issues with the chipping with streaks, and it's one of the bigger problems if you switch balls all the time. For me, chipping is completely rhythm, and if you pull back to the same spot and hit the same speed with streaks, Titans, or stouts, they're going to come off hotter and change the breaks coming in. So once you've gotten used to one ball, it's not really very beneficial to help your short game with changing it up. Unless you become good at chushing, which we'll go through that one day on one of these streams. I'm terrible at it. I can't really pull it out of tournaments because of the way I do it. If the deck is any stickier or smoother, I'll have problems with it. These guys that do the thumb chushing, they have a huge advantage if they're really good at it. Okay, Brendan Harris, he's going to send me an invite, it seems. Of course I'll give you a shout-out. B-Man? Always get shout-outs, no problem. But B-Man, you can play a little bit too, so it's not like you're giving me an invite. I still have to play it and win it. But if you look there too, that 9-wood, a 4 wind, and I thumbed that 9-wood, and it's going to come back down. And it was way short. So don't trust the distance on the 9-wood. You'll have to gauge it for yourself once you've played it for a while. I'm happy I backspun that. I gotta think this hole is going to be drivable. One of these setups. That's close. So it's getting there. All right. See, now this bite would be. I don't think this bite's coming back enough. Ah, it did. Well, it is definitely situational. It depends on how much wind you're fighting and how much, if you're trying to fight, let's say, a left one break and have a right wind. So if I put roll on one of those, it gives it a bigger chance of rolling over with the chush, but it will keep the line hotter and fight through the break. Because the main part of a chush is that you're basically taking the left or right bias out of it by hitting the ball forward so slow that any amount that you're missing it right to left is not an amount that the trackball can read. Good night, Paul. Thanks for the invites. But like I said, the church to me, wow, the church to me is actually wrong, and I got ideas for him. I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be a legitimate shot because you're basically trying to use the mechanics of one of the pieces of the game to outsmart what the game is trying to do. You're basically trying to hit a ball so soft that you take away one of the variables that you expect to control and hold. It's smart. It's a smart thing to do in life is to eliminate variables all the time in anything that you do because it makes life easier, right? The more variables you can eliminate, the easier it gets. I don't think it's intended. I think it should be that you can't hit. The trick works because you can hit a club at 32 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour, so slow going forward with that meter. If they change that to where it's you have to hit it at least 70 before it reads or 60, tricks would be useless then because the short shots would have to be hit with shorter clubs, and then you're bringing in wind and elevation. It just wouldn't really work for them anymore. So if they did that, it would basically eliminate the church and go back to a skill game of chipping. And people would then say, well, but thumb shots you can't too. No, you can't. You can't hit dead straight, perfect thumb shots. There's still a factor in it with how hard you have to hit the ball to get it to read where you want. That you're still fighting. You're still fighting two variables, not just one. I'll jump on it after the game after this, B-Man. All right, so we got a 3-wood here probably. I think that's gonna fly it. I'm gonna try to man up on the 4-wood here. I think I chose right. All right, once again, this time I'm not going to ramp this because I think I'd have a chance of it going in the water. Well, B-Man, I'm not playing a glory invite, bro. I think the lowest, I think the lowest is 34 on a dead straight. I'm not. It might be 35 or 33, but like I said, I don't use the church, and I haven't really dug into it very much. There's other people that do church more, so they know. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, I got to get used to this with the bite with the super spin and these streaks. All right, B-Man, we're set. We'll see what we got next game. Oh, sweet. Get it, Richard. Now, one of these days coming up pretty soon. Oh, the broadcast is interrupted now? Hang on a second. Cool. Did we lose all the content right now? I think B-Man might need to just refresh his screen. It should be back up right away. Oh, sure thing, Dr. Fresh. If you guys want to put your Golden Team names in and where you're from, I mean, it might help you connect with some of the local players in your area, too. As I think we kind of know everybody by now. But it's nice. It's always nice to know that everybody's out there and the game's growing. Oh, I feathered that shot too nice in there. Thanks, Ken. I appreciate it, Ken, or if that's Beatty, either way. Oh, we got to the Gervais. That's actually a sister disease of the coronavirus. It's the Gervais. I got Gervais, guys. All right, Darkwing Duck. I mean, I'm an Illinois kid. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing the Sox hat up top. I grew up in Naperville and Frankfurt, so I know your areas a little bit. Am I going for this? Is this there? I don't know. It's going to screw me because I don't carry a lob wedge. If I go in this front bunker, I'm screwed. Thank you, Streaks. Oh, Josh, you're the one with the really cool wife. Shitty old team player, but really cool wife. He got it. He's done it. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, now that I know that, I will be doing that more. Thanks. I didn't even think of that, Justin. Lay up short of those bunkers. Genius. It might be worse than the corona. It hurts your wrists too. Corona, you get really bad respiratory. His is it's a joint disease. Well, I mean, you could have at one point in time been really good if you had the abilities. You have the abilities there. If you ever learn how to play the game with the non-stouts, you might develop the skill enough to compete. Yep. Oh, shoot. Well, you got guys in here I'd love to pick on, Max. All right, the same one here. This one I'm going to high tee this 10.5. I think this should actually be perfect speed. Nope, little hot. All right. So I need to know that my full swing with that into that 10 will carry it. All right. And I watered that too. Woo-hoo-hoo. Is there dual streams? Oh, Jamie, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to meeting you when we're out there in Vegas some point, guys. There's no way that the world is gonna get canceled. I'm gonna say I don't know if Adam's gonna want me to repeat this, but after he made his post, I congratulated him, and he didn't know if I was being sarcastic, so he called me right away, and it was either to say thanks for agreeing with me or to yell at me. I'm sure it was one of the two. But he said, "Shit, well, I don't care if we have it in Vegas. I'll get everybody to come out to the office. We'll have world championships there. We're still going to have a world championships. I promise you this." So Adam's a man of his word. I'm going to stick with that one right there. I'm not worried about worlds being canceled. So guys, you home edition guys, get your asses out there. Don't let Minnesota take all these spots. Max, I got a local. Now, see, is this going to be a problem with these? All right, let's talk about what I was talking before. If this gives me the 30-foot putter because I'm just over 20 feet, I think I don't have a way of stopping this. This would have to be a one-click back tap putt. But when you have these big breaks, that makes this break untenable. If this gives me the 20-foot putter, just a simple C should slow it down. So let's see. A simple C, I'm thinking will slow this one down. No, there was no way that was not rolling over. So we got to do a tap putt. No, we're going to have a real one, Josh. It'll be good. What ink? Couldn't even figure out how to spell though. Oh, Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, we got another one here. I'm going to just cut the 10.5, murder it, and get it up there. So we're seeing how streaks can be a negative on hole 17. I mean, maybe the key is just to get it closer, obviously. I mean, two pretty decent water balls on 16 and then a rollover on 17. You can't really get too mad about that. They happen. But if you play streaks more, you'll get used to it and know when you can and can't. But you'll see there that was 21 feet. That gave me the putter that was 30 feet. That putt, full speed with the C, there was no way that wasn't rolling over. Well, if Beatty keeps talking, if he keeps talking to me, maybe he convinces me to move up by you guys. He's always interesting me with something. B gave me. We got Castleshire again. All right, so we're doing Castle one more time. B man, we're starting this bad boy right now. I'm in it. All right, it's got an easy hole one. We're gonna wait and see what B man says. No, Max, you had supreme skills for you didn't have noob skills. You picked it up pretty darn quick. Yeah, I'm with you, Chad. We'll get to it. I'll probably knock out a couple more of the events while you're on here. All right, so B man and I are going together here. He's going to see the eagle on one. Oh no, I'm going to get screwed. No, I didn't. Good. I thought I was going to get screwed and catch the hop where it stays. Oh, James Wooten, hey buddy. You got to come out this way anytime soon again? All right, we're going to try to hold this. I take it B-Man's playing Titans on, I take it B-Man's playing Titans instead, or a different ball. Actually, he might still be Grabbers. So does anybody have locations that are open still right now? I doubt it. I think we're pretty much moving towards the whole country shutting down, right? Yeah, as much as it's nonsense, guys, I think we're all under the impression that it's probably not going to kill us, even though most of us we're a little bit younger the age group, younger than the age line that they're talking about. But God, I've seen how we live, man. And if Golden D tournaments are a snapshot of us and the people, I gotta think we're all pretty immunocompromised. So I'm a little bit scared of it. Yeah, they're absolutely a must. And that's Sean Gervais. He hates anything like that does something special. All right, yeah, streaks. I can't say enough. Streaks are the only real ball to use on this course. And if you've looked, the only issue that we've had so far, I don't think the spin has cost me. It's the speed. The rollovers I had on 17, both games I rolled over on 17 with them. Yeah, that's an issue. It is. I'll get better with them and figure out how to put that shot a lot closer. But I'll also learn how to make the putts and more consistent ways to fight rollovers with it. But otherwise, there hasn't been a spin problem that we've had streaks with on this course. So, so far, so good with them. And if you did what I do, I kept all the woods are obviously the same. All my clubs are pretty similar, but I put super irons in for this set for this course. Now, I don't think I'm getting this one there with any set. I mean, could I bang an A1 at it? Yeah, but where that pin is with that A1, if I hit the downslope with an A1, I'm wet. Oh, what the hell? We'll try it. Yeah, Titans, I hate to say it, as much as we call Stouts cheater balls, Titans are kind of cheater balls too. They really are. They have, I mean, there's really no negative to them. There's no negative attribute to them compared to other balls. I just think that the biggest thing that we play with on this game right now in Golden Tee is the wind. And when you cut the wind in half, you're taking away the one thing that makes the game challenging still. And when you do that for top guys, it's tactical, man. It is tactical. You can be... if you listen to the stream with... I'll just do it that way, Josh. It's easier. If you listen to us on the stream, and I was talking in the Grover Haas finals match, I saw after the second thumb shot that Haas hit, I basically said to who I was announcing with that, hey, this is over because Haas is off on his thumb shots. He's pushing it directionally a little bit, and if you're doing that, you've just lost your benefit of stouts. If you can't thumb straight, somebody like him that's being super precise with it has basically lost the benefit of him. So now it's an even game, and Clint was just on. So we had some good times. But the Banger Bunker now, they stepped up their game. I'm happy to see it. I used to despise that place when I first went up there. I was like, what the heck are we playing Golden Tee in? But now they got it pretty sweet. If you guys look at the pictures and everything, they've got a nice place up there. Chad, it's been postponed for now, or he said cancel this thing, but I believe it's postponed. There's no way St. Louis being their hometown, it's stupid for them no matter what not to have when we have the next tournament for it to be there. It sounds like the gentleman from Cybergs is actually going to be, he's actually a friend of the community now, so I got a feeling like we're going to work something out. That's just my opinion. I know they will. It's got to happen. It's going to get worked out. Postponed we'll go with right now. Let's not say that nasty word of canceled. Oh, all right. This hole's going to make everybody a little mad. Anyone leasing or renting? Jano and IC said no already. Leasing or renting for what regards, though? There's rules that you have to follow. See, this is that. We got to look into putting. We got to look into it because that's crap. If I was 80 feet away, I would have had that no problem to the hole. But being that I was 60 feet away, that barely got to it. I want to say it's Cybergs. You can look it up, LT. I don't know. It's Cybergs. I think it was in St. Charles, but I'm not sure. I don't know the area that well. Yeah, see, there's not spin issues on most of these long ones that you're wondering about sticking. That was fine. But Sean Gervais might be able to answer this a little bit better. Cybergs, Sybergs. It should have a post on the Golden Tee fan page, too. There he goes. Thanks, D Fresh. Is that Dougie Fresh? All right, we're gonna make sure we're gonna do no worse than birdie 17 this time because that one's got me every game. Drewy Fresh, gotcha. I believe we've met once or twice, right? Oh no, actually, I think it is Dougie Fresh that I know, not Drewy Fresh. I don't believe so. And then once again, look at that. That back spun fine. Shout out Eric Nelson. He made a great. That's a kid who loves the Golden Tee game. He made a great little page, and he's done this way too long. I wasn't at St. Louis last year, so you wouldn't have seen me. Oh! Who wants to? This. That's for you, Max. Sorry, B-Man. This invite's not going well for you, buddy. This has got to be a layup today. And I think I watered the layup. So, guys, if you got any questions on it, on anything that you've seen so far, please ask away. That's what we're going to be here for. I'm not making this a party stream unless I happen to get a guest in the next couple days. Then it might get fun and out of hand. But as crazy as I get in tournaments, that's a break from real. Hey, Sean, I chipped into the water on 18 and stroke limited over and over and over again. Ah. Oh. Tim, it's from a lot of eating. It's treating this body right. I treat it as a temple. No, nothing bad goes in this. Nothing bad at all. Never put a bad thing. Straight edge. No drugs, no alcohol. Everything's clean. Yep, exactly. All right. See, I think this is a forward again too, but I'm going to have to cut this a bit. So if I don't cut it enough, if I cut it and hit the forward and... All right, you could straight line a forward for this distance. Yeah, Brendan, I put super spins on all my, if you pop through here, right? I got super spins on all my irons. Obviously, there aren't super spin woods. If there was, then streaks would be probably the new styles. Oh, I got another shirt coming. I got a couple more I ordered. Yeah, it's funny. Facebook drops ads for them now on me, and I'm like, yep, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. Since I don't really have a job right now, shopping's fun. You don't need to switch to super spins clubs with streaks, and I'm actually regretting. I thought maybe the plus clubs. If you think about it, I think the plus clubs are like 75% of the backspin that you get with the super clubs. I got to look into it a little more and see where the numbers lie with it. But yeah, James, I haven't looked. I traveled a lot. It's been fun. But if we look at I don't know if you necessarily need super spin with it. They're not bad. It's fine. You just have to adjust a little bit. They got more spin than if you had normal clubs in a Titan ball, let's say. Is that sitting? No. See, I thought I had a gem there. So you got to make sure to cut that a little bit more. I think plus 6-9 super. Okay, I got it. I see where you're going with that. I don't play 6. This is gonna be fun. I don't know. I guess it's Leedy was saying it too. I just feel like I don't have the right pullback, and it feels like I have the right one on the third. See, that didn't feel right. You saw the club hitch. Nope, reset it. That felt like I cut it too much. That still didn't feel right. I think it's just a rhythm thing. I think they're doing the same thing. And I should have bit that. That would have actually been pretty good. I want to putt this, but I got a feeling if I putt this, it's going to turn straight wet. We're putting it anyway, though. All right. It came off a little funny, but B-Man said 24. I didn't think I wasn't putting into the water there. All right, thanks, B-Man. So what I'll do, I'm going to knock out one of the home edition invites. And then I'll call it a night for now. I'll start doing this a little earlier. I think I'll do it every other day, probably around 7 p.m. Central Time. So get some questions in order, get some courses you guys want to play or see played, see some shots that you're missing that you think you're missing from your bags. I'll be happy to answer it. You can... I got to make sure I set this up, but you can hit me up at marc@helpmemouth.com. You can shoot an email there. But if you got any questions, I got to make sure that's turned on. So if you get an email undeliverable, just resend it tomorrow. I'll just go add that tomorrow. Chris, I need a chipping clinic too. I'm terrible at chipping. But we'll knock out one of the home edition events right now and see where we're at. How's the leaderboard? I haven't looked at the leaderboard at all in this yet. And I've played like 10 games. Yeah, only course I use streaks on at all. I'm Titans on most others. On Dodge, I'll play Stouts. At Jamaica, I'll play Stouts. I don't have a. I don't think you do. I haven't. They're pretty standard sets. 9 times. Sean, it's kind of true. I do it. But if you notice, those guys all do the same. I can play. You can play this course with streaks too. It helps you on hole 15, but I never have a problem being short on 15. I have a problem being long on 15. Well, thanks, Jason. Hopefully I'll drop something good every time we're out here. Or I'll get stupid, and then I'll drop stupid for you guys. I can do both. I'm a double threat. All right, so I think I need to shoot. I don't know what my scores are at this, but I think I've got a couple 30s, a couple 29s. Chris, I do okay. I do okay from them. Always have. I mean, imagine I haven't had a job in the last, it's been, I think it was November of last year, so I'm okay. I'm happy with it. Now, I want to get more, I mean, if you guys hear any information too, like what you're hearing from Will and Tony's podcast, the Play More, Get Better podcast. If you guys have any questions off of stuff like that, I'll be happy to answer. They do provide some great info a lot of the times, though. It's pretty fun to hear. See you later, Chad. Have a good night, bud. Stay safe. This is really the hole that streaks would make a difference on, and it's also the hole why I can't play Stouts on it. I think I was playing Dave Warzala. And pardon me if I butchered his last name. He basically lost our match on this course because of this. It was 390 with a straight crosswind. There we go, Dane. Love you, buddy. It's still one of my funnest stories there and my most memorable. I got to qualify, the pleasures of qualifying at Worlds last year with Dean. And it's funny how everything comes full circle. It was like a Benjamin Button type Golden Tee game, because when I first started, he was the man, right? Everybody was like, I mean, I'd be watching him, and if I got to play with him, I'd ask him questions. And at Worlds, I'm like, no, stop it. Don't do that. No, get rid of that bag. No, don't hit that shot. It was kind of unique to watch. All right, get it, John. It's useless without picks, though, buddy. Oh, my. Did I high tee that on accident? Whoa. Yeah, it's there, but like I was saying, Dave had Stouts, and I played Titans for this course, and it was like you needed to carry it 385 to get it to the green, and there was no wind help or hurting, so I looked at it, and I manned up on a Titans high tee, and barely got it there, and I mean, not barely got it there, I got it down to the hole pretty far, but barely got it over the edge. And he had to lay up, and that one stroke, he was down the whole game. He didn't have a chance after that. So in that matter, if in mine and Haas's thinking is I can't start a game. Oh, Jason, no, man. I mean, we're talking to the front of that green. I think it's more like 376. I think you're a little. I put it this way though, even if we're not exact on the number, you would have looked at this shot and said, "I can't carry it there," and I could. So that stroke was a huge swing right there. Plus, hole 11. I mean, with Stouts, it's rarely a straight shot. It's always an A1 at it. Oh no! Computer store, really? Is that Steak and Shake still good, though? Did I water that? Nope. The computer store better still be open. I'm very disappointed. Rodney, do you still live in the same place, buddy? I'd love to test that though, Jason, to get an exact number. Yeah, I had my favorite pizza place in Iowa tonight. A little shout out to Roscoe's Pizza out here. Being a Chicago kid, it competes with it. But they do that Detroit style that we saw. I think I saw Kins with a post on it on somebody's wall, the Detroit style pizza. But the Detroit style is so different. The cheese goes all the way to the crust and makes this like burnt cheese crust edge. It was delicious. I don't know if that's what Kenny and Beatty eat up there. Shane, obviously visiting places right now is going to take a little hit. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I'm trying to get Richard just to fly out here and spend the coronavirus with me. But we'll see if we can get it. Nobody really wants to come to Iowa. All right, I got to get a hole out in here, so I haven't. We'll see if 11's there, but I need to get I mean, otherwise I need 11 and 15. All right, well, this is kind of, for events, this is basically a dead game for me. Well, good, that's good. Yeah, it's really we're never really looking at that hole for where the pin is. I'm really looking at what my carry to get it over the edges. And I mean that judges how I'm gonna play it. But nonetheless, we can all well, I'm a big Lou's fan too. I get my Lou delivered from. I'll get Lou here every now and then. Okay, mention the last round. Bite stops the driver shot faster. Okay, no, you gotta. Bite will stop it faster on a downhill shot, right? See ya, B-Man. If I'm bouncing down a hill, the friction that the ball makes with the ground faster from bite and not bouncing as much actually stops it faster than backspin does, because backspin, it keeps bouncing down the hill and never letting the friction of the ground be the thing that stops the ball. So in a ton of regards, if you're having a shot, and the biggest one that I think of always, that's a great description of, is Sequoia 8. It's a dog leg. It turns right and then goes down a hill and then back to the left. If you hit that tee shot and hit the downslope of the hill with backspin with a driver, you're wet for sure, right? But if I hit the same shot and hit it in the same spot and I had roll on it, it stops, because roll bounces once and then rolls on the grass, which means it makes it not have to bounce down the hill, and it lets the green, the surface do the friction and the stopping of the ball. So, but most of the time, I don't really care exactly what's going on with my bounces coming in at all. Like here, on other shots, it changes a bit. Oh, Lou, you'll love it, dude. You'll get it. You're gonna get yourself a nice Lou. The Lou's the staple pizza there. It's good. Okay, now here's probably a good spot for a full, and we're gonna hit one. I just had to be a little bit touchier on that one, because the distance was a little bit. I put it a little in between clips. 14 is probably the hardest hole in this course in my mind. This and 16. I mean, 16 is the easy one for everyone to say is the hardest. LT, that's just different video cards. You're playing on a machine without the updated equipment is basically all you're getting at. Good night, Jason. We'll catch you later. Oh yeah, the Lou's the way to go. I'm a big sausage butter crust guy, because you don't get the full sausage patty like you do on a Chicago pizza anywhere else. You guys, and if you don't have that 10.5 driver in your bag, you're leaving strokes on the course. The 10.5 is probably the most important club in Golden. You can hit it long, you can hit it short, it cuts better than anything else. It just brings a whole arsenal of shots into the game, and honestly, you got a 14 club limit in your bag. You want to have the most versatile clubs you can in all of them. Almost every bag that I would ever build starts for B, 9-wood, 5-iron, 10.5, 8.5. Those clubs that I'll change the 8.5 for a 9.5 on some courses, but those are my staple clubs. I need them in there. And then for me, G wedge, but I have to change that on some courses because you get bunkers that the G wedge doesn't get out of. Yeah, this has been a pretty boring look. No 11, no 15. All right. I see a lot of people play this, right? In my personal professional opinion on this, right? If you're aiming for the top of the green, on a fly, you're doing this hole wrong. My goal is always to hit down below and bounce up. I use the rocks as a backstop, so I'm just going to go 3-wood. I'm going to push it a little bit left and thumb it with release. And I didn't get it left enough, but it's fine. And I go high side on the left hand. This game was it was already a throwaway. I needed an ace twice to even have it affect me. But the bigger part here, guys, as long as you stay on the side of the bowl in the back on the rocks, it's cliff. Cliff is, it's fairway. Cliff is fairway. It's identical. They play the same. So you can putt right off of it without an issue. Richard just said or I don't know when he said it, but he said he put us on every channel. I thought they were all up on everything already, but I think this is going to be calling it a night for everybody here in a minute. We'll get some later ones and some more going. What did I do? Getting cute. And another genius place to set a drop zone. This is wonderful. Like, if this was a drop zone in real golf, I'd break my clubs, throw them into the lake, and leave. Like, what the hell is the point of this? This shit drives me crazy. The 9.5 is the. I think it's the penultimate driver, right? It's been around forever, so most do. But make sure you're not taking the 9.5 300. You're making the 9.5 300 and not the 9.5 310. The 9.5 310, it's a little less forgiving, meaning if you don't hit perfectly straight shots, the distance drops more than if I hit the 300 like that. Yeah, Sean, I know you'd get a kick out of that, man. There's a lot of those in the game this year. Like places where they put your ball as, relief from a penalty. Fuck you. No, we're not going to put my ball there. Why would you ever put my ball there? But we can get more into this. Like I said, I'm going to start doing these. I want to probably do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, Chris, have a good night. I want to probably do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, probably 7 p.m. Central Time and go for 1 or 2 hours. We got a little late tonight because we really didn't get a schedule going yet. But yeah, definitely. Always want to play invites. Always want to play whatever's going on and play with any of you guys that are out there. It's a blast. We have fun. Be glory for all I care. You got the Jersey guys with the home edition getting more chicks about it. Getting more chicks involved. We got Johanna, and she even had another friend out there with her too. I was impressed. The girl could shoot a little bit. I think I'd quit playing if she was beating me as my girlfriend or wife. But I think Steve's going to have to tell us how that goes because I think it's going to happen. But so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if you guys have any ideas, like I said, I'm going to make sure I got that email set up right now. Office. Give me 1 second here. I'm just logging in here. Yeah, okay. We're getting signed in. Let me see what accounts I have for this. All right, so if you guys want to hit me up on email, use Marc, M-A-R-C, at helpmemarc.com. If you guys got any questions or want to put anything in there, if you want to put anything out that you need me to relay to anybody, but it's Marc at helpmemarc.com would be the best part to reach me at. And hopefully everybody gets it. And that's not on Facebook. I'll jump on the stream on Facebook and type it there too. Yep. All right, guys. So we'll call it a night. We'll sign off here right now. It's been fun. Thanks for all the chat there. It makes this a little easier to go. If we don't have the chat or the viewers things, then I guess it wouldn't really need worth doing. But I think we'll give some good stuff out to everybody. Hi, Ryan. Hi, buddy. Sweet. We'll get a lot going. Everybody stay safe. Wash your hands and clean your damn houses, you friggin' animals. Have a good night.
You just missed.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to stop it. I don't know where to. I just turned it off, I thought. And I can't get into the box. I can't get into the box to shut it off. Hang on a second. Let me see if he's working on it here. I'll just walk away. I'm going to walk away, everybody. I thought I stopped it. And like a thief in the night, I'm out.